Hi everybody, welcome back to my video. So I'm JJ. Today I'm going to do a 500 km shoe review about this Brooks Glycerin 19. So let's move on.
Love, love, you're already home. Party's over and you don't look so good.
Ha baby, sien I need lately, shkundy muj s'pom edhe dhe I treti Sanet po ndrojnë të më koni njeti Po jo është jam ama jo bashiketi Leti shoqet që t'thojnë si avletis Shpejtit harrojnë si t'bojnë frerë për veti Mas leti ish kon mi dhonë fun ma Para se me pas diçka ma shumë na.
This is a Brooks Glycerin 19, a road running cushioning shoes. So as you can see here, one of the main type characteristic of cushioning shoe is with the high stack here. So it is more preferred for the comfortable ride. Wow, for more information, this shoes doesn't have any carbon fiber plate and it is a neutral shoes. It's not a supporting shoe. As you can see in the inner part, there is nothing extra additional supporting material on it. So let's move on with my first impression of these shoes. First of all, I would like to say I've never wear those high stack cushioning shoes throughout my life before, and the reason I bought this new Glycerin 19 is because I want to have a shoes that can eat a lot of miles, eat a lot of kilometers that I can wear every day as my daily trainer for easy and also long run. So as you can see, I'm quite attracted with the outsole and also the durability of the midsole before I buy the shoes. Let's talk about the weight of these shoes. The weight of this shoe is my main concern and is the big point that doesn't like about these shoes. As you can see, my size is US 10 and according to the website, the weight for men's size 9 is 289.2 gram, while 255.1 gram for women's size 8. So this is a reference for you guys because we know all those high stack shoes are basically more heavier compared to those racing shoes. So this shoes is more about daily trainer for me. And Brooks Glycerin 19 is already one of the lightest one among those premier cushioning shoes. As you can see all the example here. Apart from the weight that is bringing down my expectation of this shoe by the time I first wearing it, the next things that excite me is the ground contact of these shoes. So once I wear these shoes for the first time, I step on the ground and actually I feel quite tall, which is normal as these shoes has a midsole drop for 10mm, which is 31mm in the heel and 21mm in the forefoot. The first time when I'm wearing these shoes, maybe I think it's the first 50 km, I can feel my whole body is standing in a higher position, especially the main part is at this area, lateral side of the heel part, and also lateral side of this mid area. It is actually the highest one and I feel some pressure on these 2 points from the midsole. Apart from the weight and also the midsole, the third point that made me excited and felt the difference is the comfortable that this shoe brings to me. It really act its own role as a daily trainer and make me move every day without any injury. So it is good for those person who would like to avoid injury to wear as well. So let's move on to the upper. For the upper of these shoes is actually very comfortable with the technology mesh upper. So as you can see here, this is the heel collar. It is very stout as you can see here. Yep. The protection on the heel area is really strong as you can see in these pictures. So yeah, you can see there is another 2 pieces at the back here to make this heel counter more stronger than it was and protect our ankle very well while we are running. Even though this is very stout, but I think my ankle is really supported very well and very comfortable for this heel collar part. And for the mid part of these shoes, it is actually very good in terms of the fit. So came back to this front part. The front part here is actually allow my toe to actually splay a bit, but not too much, throughout my run. So this is really comfortable for ride as well. As you can see, this mesh upper, it is made from multi-layer mesh and has a very few 3D fit print overlays, which makes these shoes can hold in the position longer. And I think there's nothing much get affected after my 500 km run, which brings the durability. I can believe that these shoes able to run in more than 800 to 1000 kilometers. So let's talk about the fit. The fit of this shoe, I prefer you guys to go to the size. So there are two different sizes of width of Glycerin 19 in Malaysia, with standard D and wide to E for men, while narrow to A and wide D version for women. As an example here, for men's shoes, you can see here, this is for wide to E version, which is the one that I'm wearing, while this is another example for standard D of Glycerin 19. Do check out for the labeling, and there are few specific colors for each type of width. So do try out from the store for a better fit, and do take note that you should consider the size and also the width for most of Brooks shoes. So for me, I actually go for 2E for these shoes, as I think my foot is slightly wider compared to the normal. These shoes actually lock my foot really well, especially in the mid part where I got tied my shoelace on it. So actually I didn't do any running out, I just tied like usual I will do, and I already feel the tightness is really good and very fit as well. And for the breathability of these shoes, for me, I think you won't gotta prefer these shoes for a very hot day, because these shoes, the material, the mesh upper here, actually it can dry up very quickly, but especially in the mid area where there is a tongue here. So the tongue is actually quite thick, as you can see here. It is actually quite thick. So the cover is, I felt the cover very comfortable, but when there is a hot weather, I tend to sweat a lot, especially in the mid area, as there is a thick tongue in front of it. But other than that, it is very comfortable for me. So let's talk about the midsole. The midsole is made out of 100% of DNA LOFT technology, so it's really very soft, as you can see here. I feel the sensation of Nike, for example Nike React. The sensation is slightly similar, but this one is softer compared to that one. But if comparing to the endorphin speed from Saucony is really soft, and this one is just between the Nike React and also the endorphin speed. Let's move on to the outsole. Alright, so you can see this is the outsole of the whole shoes. There is quite a lot of outsole, and you can see here actually it's stated design in Seattle, which is one of the places in US. You can see all the outsole design here. It is one of the selling points for this Brooks Glycerin 19, because it actually helps to increase the durability of these shoes. As you can see here, I actually bring it to run for 520 km, I believe, and there is some wear and tear around this area due to they want to reduce the weight, so there is an expose of the meat. So in this area, which turn it dark very easily and get dirty. And one of the things that I doesn't like a lot is you can see the groove here. A lot of things like the rocks or anything is really easy to stuck in here, so you need to really take out and check every time before you run and also after your run. There is actually just wear and tear on the heel side. I think I'm a mid-foot striker, I'm not a heel striker, but a lot of the heel is got wear and tear, but the front part is still good to see. Alright, so another bad things about this outsole is the exposed midsole here, as you can see, as the midsole is really soft. Let us do the durometer test. Okay, so you can see here, actually it's quite soft and able to absorb our shot very efficiently. So the softness of this exposed midsole here make it more easy to get stuck in by those sharp objects, so you guys need to take this caution as well by checking it before and after your run. For this outsole, I don't think it really has a good grip after the raining day or during the raining day while we are running, compared to the Goodyear and also the Continental rubber outsole from the Adidas. I think it's not so good to run in the tarmac road when raining or after the rain. You feel something harder to push off compared to the other branded one. But for normal pavement, for example, a sunny day on the tarmac road or the cement road, these shoes can really run it very well. So let's talk about how will I use these shoes. This is a very comfortable shoe that able to use it for the long run, daily trainer, and also have a high durability, as this is one of my main point for purchasing these shoes. For using these shoes, the socks you are wearing is also very important. For example, those socks material like silk are not really preferred for using to wear with these shoes, because this inner part is really smooth as silk. So if you are wearing the normal cotton socks, it's okay, you'll feel the lockdown very good. But if you are using the silk material, which is very smooth, it actually reduces the friction around this here collar area, which make your foot will move in and out very easily. So this is one of the point to take note, and which person is suitable for these shoes. So from what I've explained about the technology and also my impression about these shoes can be classified as a daily trainer, very comfortable and high stack shoes, which can be used for your daily trainer and also for your long run. It is not a tempo or speed shoes, I can say, as for me, you can feel the weight of the shoe is actually dragging your foot while you are running below 5:15 pace. So 5:15 or 5:30 and above, this shoe is okay. But then below that, I run 4:40, 4:30 with these shoes before, and you actually feel the weight of these shoes keep on dragging and increase your load of your training. So it is not suitable for the speed. The reason why this shoe is not suitable for speed training is because first is the traction of these shoes, second is the weight of these shoes, while third is the midsole of this shoe that absorb your energy and can't really provide a good propulsion or the energy return for you throughout your run. So who is best for these shoes? If you are a person who like to run every day and not in a fast pace, this is a great shoes for you to choose with. Easy day, long run, daily trainer are all suitable to use these shoes to run with. But this shoe is not suitable for all those speed training, for example, track workout, tempo day, or a lot of interval. Because of the weight, as I mentioned, the traction is not so good, and also the responsiveness of these shoes is all the point that makes me doesn't like to use it while doing all those speed training. So back to who is this best for, if you are want to use as a daily trainer, or if you are a heel striker. Even if for me, I'm a midfoot striker, I'm actually able to use it quite very well. So up and down here, there is no problem, especially down here I can feel the stack height from the heel area is actually helping me to reduce my risk of injury. You can use this shoe for walking as well. If you want to walk, if you want to prevent injury, or you just came back for any surgery on your lower limb, you want to reduce the shock for your knee and your ankle or your hip, you can use these shoes as a recovery shoes as well. So let's talk about the price point. So talk about the price point for these shoes. This is 665 ringgit for the Brooks Glycerin 19, and as we know, a lot of branded as well, higher stack high shoes and we call it premium cushioning shoes is actually quite expensive compared to the other type of shoes. For example, New Balance 1080, Nike React, and more. As from my information, I think Glycerin 20 is coming up in the US and UK already, while for Malaysia, I think maybe it can come here for after 2 months or 1 month. So by that time, you can have a visit to the Brooks store and see whether there is a promotion for these shoes or not. I think you will have a promotion for 25% and above, not sure, if the new latest Glycerin 20 is coming up, and get a good price for these shoes. Even though the price is slightly higher, but thinking of the durability of these shoes that can make you run 1000 to 1500 kilometers, it might be worth it. While editing this video, I have found out a good news here. Brooks has conducted a campaign named Recycle Reimagine, which you can use your old shoes and recycle it with promotion price of specific Brooks shoes. This is some more information regarding to the campaign to take note with. It has started by 25th of March and will be ended by 4th of April. So don't hesitate to visit your nearby Brooks store and get a try to pick up your best fit shoes, as some models may come with standard and wide width of sizing. So that's all for me for this full review about Brooks Glycerin 19. Do comment down below about your favorite cushioning shoes here. I'm signing off today. See ya!